Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We celebrate today the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. We are quickly approaching the end of the liturgical year. Advent and Christmas are fast approaching. So let's listen to today's gospel, which comes from Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them, and made another 5. Likewise the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground, and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." The master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I know you are a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant, gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank so that I could have gotten it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." The Gospel of the Lord. There's a story about an elderly carpenter who was all set to retire. He told his contractor, of his plans to leave the house building business and live a more leisurely life with his wife, enjoying his extended family. He would miss the paycheck, but he needed to retire. They could get by. The contractor was sorry to see his good worker go and asked if he could build just one more house as a personal favor. The carpenter said yes, but in time it was easy to see his heart was not in his work. He resorted to shoddy workmanship, used inferior materials. It was an unfortunate way to end his career. When the carpenter finished his work and the builder came to inspect the house, the contractor handed the front door key to the carpenter. "This is your house," he said, "my gift to you." What a shock. What a shame. If he had only known he was building his own house, he would have done it all so differently. Now he had to live in the home he had built not too well. So it is with us. We build our lives in distracted ways. We react rather than act, willing to put up less than the best at times. At important moments, we don't give the job our best effort. And then with a shock, we look back at the situation we've created and find that we're now living in the house we've built. If we had only realized, we would have done it so differently. Just like that carpenter, every day we build our own house. We build our lives. Every day we hammer a nail, we set up a wall, we paint a room. And sometimes we don't do a very good job. We get lazy, we get forgetful, distracted. Some days we just give up, thinking we don't have the will or the right tools for the job. Sometimes we just doubt our abilities, our talents. And some days we just choose deliberately to take the easy path and ignore our God-given gifts. Other times, we do follow the path of those two servants who invested their talents and gained a profit. They took a risk, a leap of faith, and they saw their talents increased. And that first servant, he was afraid to lose what he had. He gave in to fear instead of faith. The lesson here seems rather clear. In order to share the master's joy, we must use our God-given talents, not bury them in the sand. We must work diligently and faithfully, and yes, sometimes even take a risk in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. And that's why we pray today, to keep the faith and to share the faith. God bless.